Why managers and team leaders are always the last person anyone checks on. If you're a manager or a team leader watching this, I want to ask you something nobody probably asks you very often. How are you doing? Not your team, not your targets, not your deadlines. You. Because here is what I see constantly with the managers and team leaders I work with. They are the person everyone comes to. They absorb the team's stress. They solve the team's problems. They keep the energy stable so everyone else can perform. And they do all of this while also delivering their own results, managing upward and making sure nobody above them sees the cracks. Today, I want to talk about what that actually costs you and what you can do about it. There is a word for what managers do that nobody talks about in leadership training. It's called emotional labor. Every time a team member comes to you stressed, you regulate them. Every time there is conflict in the team, you absorb it and smooth it over. Every time someone is underperforming, you carry the weight of that conversation. Every time the pressure comes from above, you filter it so your team doesn't feel the full force of it. You are essentially a human shock absorber. And here is what happens to shock absorbers that never get serviced. They stop working. The managers I speak to describe it like this. They feel responsible for everyone's emotional state except their own. They go home and they have nothing left. Their family gets the emptiest version of them. And they wake up the next morning and do it all over again. That is not resilience. That is a nervous system that has never been taught how to discharge what it absorbs. Most managers respond to this feeling by pushing harder, working later, being more available, telling themselves they just need to be stronger. But here is what is actually happening in your body when you do that. Your nervous system has been in a state of sustained activation, what we call a stress response, for so long that it has become your default setting. You are operating from survival mode without even realizing it. And from survival mode, your patience shortens. Your decisions become reactive. Your communication becomes sharp even when you don't intend it to be. You start snapping at the people closest to you, at work and at home. And then you feel guilty about that, which adds another layer of stress, which keeps your nervous system in activation even longer. It is a cycle, and willpower alone will never break it. Now, here's what regulated managers do differently. The managers I work with who learn nervous system regulation describe a shift that surprises them. They describe being able to sit with a stressed team member without absorbing their stress themselves. They describe having a difficult conversation with someone above them and feeling grounded instead of defensive. They describe leaving work tired, but not depleted, and actually being present at home. And their teams notice because a regulated manager creates a regulated team. Your nervous system sets the tone for the entire room. When you are calm and grounded, your team feels safe, and safe teams perform better, communicate better, and stay longer. Regulation is not just good for you, it is your most powerful leadership tool. Now, here is one thing you can do today. I call it the 60-second reset between meetings. Most managers go from one meeting straight into the next with no transition. That means you carry the emotional residue of each conversation into the next level. Starting today, before you enter any significant meeting or conversation, do this. Stop for 60 seconds. Close your eyes if you can. Take one breath in for 4 counts. Out for 6 counts. Then ask yourself, what does my team need from me in this next conversation? That one question shifts your brain from reactive mode into intentional leadership mode. 60 seconds. That is all it takes to show up as a leader your team actually needs. You become a manager because you are good with people, because you care, because you can handle pressure. But caring deeply and handling pressure without any nervous system support is a recipe for quiet burnout. You deserve the same quality of support you give your team every single day. I have a live workshop coming up very soon. The Executive Reset. It's for 60 to 75 minutes. Practical nervous system tools specifically designed for leaders like you. People who carry a lot, give a lot, and need to learn how to regulate without losing their edge. Spots are limited. Link is right below this video. I would love to see you there. I'm Mary, your neurofitness coach. Lead calmly, perform powerfully. Have a wonderful day.